What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We are finally ready for the Landsmeet, with everything wrapped up in the Alien Age and proof of the slave trade going on there at Loghain's behest. We are finally ready to go present all this to the nobles of Ferelden, and trust in them that they'll make the right decision.
Ah, there you are. I was about to send out a search party. I've been hearing of a great commotion in the alienage. What exactly happened there?
No need for a search party, even rest assured we weren't carted off to Fort Draken again. Loghain was collaborating with the Tevinter slaver.
Make her forgive me. I should be appalled that such a thing could exist here. But I'm overjoyed you can implicate Loghain. We must end the civil war quickly. What the Blight does not corrupt in this land, politics surely will. The last of our allies have arrived in the city. We cannot delay any longer. I will call for the Landsmeet to convene. Bring Alistair and join me at the palace as soon as you are ready, Warden.
Absolutely. Right, the table is set. All the cards have been played. Everybody's hand is out on the table. Now it's just time to see if the people will make the correct choice. We will go ahead and talk to Honora one final time before we head out.
Is it true? Erlina tells me that Arl Eamon has gone ahead to call the Landsmeet.
It's true.
I hope we're ready, but we have done all we can. I know we are more than a match for my father. You should hurry. Father won't waste time wresting the proceedings from Eamon. He will need you. I'll meet you there. Maker, watch over us all.
Okay, so we also have to put some trust in Honora here and make sure she's good for her word. I'm not quite sure that she is, but I suppose we're going to have to take a leap of faith on that. I do have faith in the people of Ferelden. They beat back all Legion occupations. They're doing a pretty good job so far in the Blight, given everything that they have. The spirits aren't broken. They're still strong. People of Ferelden are a proud people.
Yes.
Certainly won't take kindly to all the things we can levy at Loghain's feet. I believe they'll make the right choice. All we need to do is go inform them of everything and just let the chips fall. One thing I can tell you is that if Loghain tries to resist, which I'm sure he will, I'm sure he's not just going to roll over even if the people vote, we are going to handle it accordingly. There's not much to be done about Loghain's crimes so far other than justice. We're going to be the ones meeting that out. Let's head to the Royal Palace. I'm very ready to have an actual confrontation with Loghain in front of all the nobles. Gonna air out his dirty laundry and see what he has to say for himself in front of the entire country.
Warden, I am not surprised it has come to this. And Alistair, if you were even remotely worthy of being called Marik's son, you would already be in the Landsmeet, now wouldn't you? You have torn Ferelden apart to oppose the very man who ensured you were born into freedom. But do not think you will get past me to desecrate the Landsmeet itself. The nobles of Ferelden will confirm my lord as regent, and we can finally put this to rest once you are gone.
Now, Sir Corthrine is a good woman. Her loyalty is worthy of note, and so is the fact that she hesitated during the command at Ostagar. If I can avoid having to cut my way through her to get into the Landsmeet, I certainly will. The accusation she levied at Alistair there, that if he was truly worthy of being there, he already would be, is absurd. We can't all follow Loghain's coattails around and be there whenever he is. Do you really not see what Loghain has become?
I have had so many doubts of late. Loghain is a great man, but his hatred of Orlais has driven him to madness. He has done terrible things. I know it, but I owe him everything. I cannot betray him. Do not ask me to.
I'm not asking you to betray him. I'm simply asking you to step aside. Then let me stop him. You know it's the only way.
I never thought duty would taste so bitter. Stop him, Warden. Stop him from betraying everything he once loved. Please, show mercy. Without Loghain, there would be no Ferelden to defend.
As I said, Sir Corthrine is a good woman. Very amenable to wisdom, and she understands the way of the world. She gets it, and I won't forget that.
As you wish. My lords and ladies of the Landsmeet, Tyrn Loghain would have us give up our freedoms, our traditions, out of fear. He placed us on this path Yet we should place our destiny in his hands? Must we sacrifice everything good about our nation to save it?
A fine performance, Aemon. But no one here is taken in by it. You would attempt to put a puppet on the throne, and every soul here knows it. The better question is who will pull the strings. Ah! Here we have the puppeteer. Tell us, Warden, how will the Orlesians take our nation from us? Will they deign to send their troops, or simply issue their commands through this would-be prince? What do they offer you? How much is the price of Ferelden honor now?
He has some gold to talk about Ferelden honor. The Blight is the threat here, not Olay.
There are enough refugees in Mybanor now to make that abundantly clear.
The South is fallen, Loghain. Will you let Darkspawn take the whole country for fear of Olay?
The Blight is indeed real, Wolf. But do we need Grey Wardens to fight it? They claim that they alone can end the Blight, yet they failed spectacularly against the Darkspawn at Ostagar. And they asked to bring with them 4 legions of Chevaliers. And once we open our borders to the Chevaliers, can we really expect them to simply return from whence they came?
You allowed Rendon Howe to imprison and torture innocents.
The Warden speaks truly. My son was taken under cover of night. The things done to him, some of them are beyond any healer's skill.
Howe was responsible for himself. He will answer to the Maker for any wrongs committed in this life, as must we all. But you know that. You were the one who murdered him. Whatever Howe may have done, he should have been brought before the Seneschal. There is no justice in butchering a man in his home.
He would know all about that, wouldn't he? Poisoning all Eamon and sending him upon the Kuzlans so he could take Hayaba. He would know all about that. What is the price of Ferelden honor? Isn't that what he said? No. Then why did you send a blood mage to poison all Eamon?
I assure you, Warden, if I were going to send someone, it would be my own soldiers. I would not trust to the discretion of an apostate.
Indeed, my brother tells a very different tale. He says you snatched a blood mage from the Chantry's justice. Coincidence?
Do not think the Chantry will overlook this, Terran Loghain. Interference in a Templar's sacred duties is an offense against the Maker.
Whatever I have done, I will answer for later. At the moment, however, I wish to know what this Warden has done with my daughter.
Slipping away from you, Loghain. What have I done? I've protected her from you.
You took my daughter, our queen, by force, killing her guards in the process. What arts have you employed to keep her? Does she even still live?
I believe I can speak for myself. Lords and ladies of Ferelden, hear me. My father is no longer the man you know. This man is not the hero of Riverdane. This man turned his troops aside and refused to protect your king as he fought bravely against the Darkspawn. This man seized Kaelin's throne before his body was cold and locked me away so I could not reveal his treachery. I would have already been killed, if not for this Grey Warden.
The Queen speaks the truth.
So, the Warden's influence has poisoned even your mind, Enora.
The pure delusion.
Protect you from this. My lords and ladies! Our land has been threatened before! It's been invaded and lost and won times beyond counting. We Fereldans have proven that we will never truly be conquered so long as we are united. We must not let ourselves be divided now. Stand with me, and we shall defeat even the Blight itself!
The Warden. I'm with the Warden. Southreach stands with the Grey Wardens.
The Warden helped me personally in a family matter.
Waking Sea stands with the Grey Warden.
Dragon's Peak supports the Warden.
The Western Hills throw their lot in with the Wardens. Maker help us.
I stand by Loghain. We've no hope of victory otherwise.
I stand with the Warden. The Blight is coming. We need the Grey Wardens.
Landsmeet is against you, Loghain. Step down gracefully.
Traitors! Which of you stood against the Orlesian Emperor when his troops flattened your fields and raped your wives? You fought with us once, Eamon. You cared about this land once, before you got too old and fat and content to even see what you risk. None of you deserve a say in what happens here. None of you have spilled blood for this land the way I have. How dare you judge me?
And the mask slips. And that's what it all was about right there. None of this was about Ferelden independence. It's about what he deserves for the blood that he has spilled. Alas, there's still more blood to spill. Call off your men and we'll settle this honorably.
Then, let us end this. I suppose we both knew it would come to this. When we first met at Ostagar, I would never have thought so, but Ostagar seems like it happened in another lifetime to someone else. A man is made by the quality of his enemies. Marek told me that once. I wonder if it's more a compliment to you or me. Enough. Let the Landsmeet declare the terms of the duel.
It shall be fought according to tradition. A test of arms, in single combat until one party yields. And we, who are assembled, will abide by the outcome.
Will you face me yourself, or have you a champion?
I will certainly face him myself. He's responsible for everything, including what happened to the Kuzlans. This is certainly our job.
It is you or me the men will follow. So, let us fight for it. Prepare yourself.
He definitely let the mask slip there. That's what it was all for. He thought he deserved more than he got. Jealous, envious little man who shredded the last of his honor on the altar of that chair you see in the background. All that ends here. No more. Let's see how the hero of Riverdane holds up in one-on-one combat.
Here we go! This fighting won't die! Last you! Come now! Defend yourself!
Hit me with a pretty good war cry there, I'll give him that.
Wonderful.
And we'll finish it with a Punisher. The war cry is hitting me more than his sword is.
I underestimated you, Warden. I thought you were like Kalen, a child wanting to play at war. I was wrong. There's a strength in you that I have not seen anywhere since Marek died. I yield.
Now, here we have a very important decision to make. We can accept his surrender or punish him for all the things he's done. Now, we'll quickly go over the list of his crimes once again. He greenlit Al-How to murder the entirety of the Kuzlan line and take Hayaba for himself. He supported Uldred in going back and overthrowing Irving so he could have his little corrupt circle back him for the throne, which resulted in a huge abomination army taking over the circle, which could have poured out into Ferelden, killing countless innocents. He has left the Blight completely unchecked. The Blight has poured over Ferelden, slaughtering hundreds of thousands of people, and that's because he was too busy trying to secure this chair behind me. He sent Jowan, a blood mage, to go poison all Eamon, the next biggest noble house in Ferelden with the biggest standing army. Of course, Hayaba was the second, and that was taken care of before Ostagar. On top of all of that, he also is a regicide and a traitor. He abandoned King Kalen at Ostagar, leaving him and his entire army to die, alongside all the Wardens, the only people, I'll add, that are capable of defeating a Blight. After that, he put a bounty on any Grey Warden survivors. Not only that, he also hired an Antiban crew to assassinate us. On top of all that, he greenlit slaves inside the Denerim alienage, selling elves to Tevinter so they can drain their blood for blood magic, and all he needed for that was coin. What was it he said? What is the price of Ferelden honor? Well, I think he made a very good point there, and in fact the price for Ferelden honor, like the price for his honor, is blood, and that's what we're gonna take from him. You'll die for what you've done.
Wait, there is another option. The Tain is a warrior and general of renown. Let him be of use. Let him go through the joining.
You want to make him a warden? Why?
There are 3 of us in all of Ferelden, and there are compelling reasons to have as many wardens on hand as possible to deal with the Archdemon.
The joining itself is often fatal, is it not? If he survives, you gain a general. If not, you have your revenge. Doesn't that satisfy you?
Absolutely not. Riordan, this man abandoned our brothers and then blamed us for the deed. He hunted us down like animals. He tortured you. How can we simply forget that?
No. Loghain has to die for his crimes.
You can't do this. My father may have been wrong, but he is still a hero to the people.
Honora. Hush. It's over.
Stop treating me like a child. This is serious.
Daughters never grow up, Honora. They remain 6 years old with pigtails and skinned knees forever.
Father.
Just make it quick, Warden. I can face the Maker knowing that Ferelden is in your hands.
Now at least he is gonna die with some dignity. We're not gonna have Alistair do this because I don't want to damage the marriage we have set up between him and Honora. And again, the man who passes the sentence should swing the sword. This is on us. We repaid the debt for our father with Alhau, and now we repay the debt for Duncan with Loghain. May the Maker have mercy on you. You'll find none here.
So it is decided. Alistair will take his father's throne.
Wait, what? No. When did this get decided? Nobody's decided that. Have they?
So much for our plan to rule together. If Alistair would rather not have the throne, I am more than willing to take it.
I hardly think you're the appropriate person to mediate this, Honora. Warden, will you help us?
I indeed will. I want to speak with Honora first.
Certainly.
Are you prepared for this? Are you sure it's what you want?
I have never had the smallest doubt.
I'd like to speak with Alistair as well.
Strange. I feel like I'm back at the Abbey, trying not to get chosen last for the sparring teams.
Do you think you're ready to be king?
As ready as anyone ever is, I suppose. Which is to say, yes, I'm ready.
I'm ready to choose.
As the arbiter of this dispute, what is your decision? Who will lead Ferelden?
I believe Alistair and Honora plan to marry and rule jointly.
We do. I believe this is what King Merrick wanted. To see his blood tied to my father's to begin a new line of Ferelden kings.
But I did swear an oath. What I mean is, I'm all for founding a new line of kings. But, well, there's the Blight.
What the king is trying to say, my lords and ladies, is that he will be taking the field with his fellow Grey Warden to do battle with the Archdemon.
Yes. That.
Until then, I shall stay in Denerim and rule in my husband's absence, as I did for Kaelin. But I trust Alistair shall reach a more heroic ending.
My fellow Grey Warden will, I hope, take Loghain's place as the leader of my armies. Shall we finish this thing together?
I could do no less, my king.
Everyone, get ready to march! It's going to take all of Ferelden's strength to survive this blight. But we will face it, and we'll defeat it!
Ferelden is depending on you all.
Absolutely. We will not let her down.
You made me king. After all this is over with, they're actually going to put me on the throne. I'm going to be the king.
Congratulations on your engagement, by the way.
Oh, thanks. That should be interesting, shouldn't it?
To say the least.
I suppose there are worse things that could happen to me other than becoming king and being hitched up to a beautiful woman.
That's the spirit.
Nora probably thinks she'll just be able to push me off to the side. But I'm not that person anymore. She won't be able to walk all over me. This was always a possibility. I always feared it, but maybe there's nothing to fear. I might actually make a good king. You never know. I tell you what, though. I'll make a far better king if I have the right people by my side to help me once I'm on the throne. People like you.
If you want me there, of course I will.
Good. Then it's settled. Arleman has left for Redcliffe. He says the army has gathered there and is almost ready to march. As soon as we're ready, we should head to Redcliffe ourselves. The Blight awaits, right?
Indeed it does. And of course we hardened Alistair so that he would be able to kind of resist Anora's prodding and poking and guidance. We don't want him to be a pushover. I think Anora will keep his aloofness in check, and I think he will keep her cold political nature in check. I think they will actually be a very good pair to lead Ferelden. I can't think of a better outcome than that. The throne remains on Darren blood, and it gets the leader it already had, handling the politics. A good king and a man for the people, and a good queen and a woman of the people, together can do great things, and I'm sure that they both will. Right, now that all being said and all ready to go, we were going to wrap this episode, and then next episode will be the final fight for Ferelden. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope you're enjoying this series as much as I am enjoying recording it for you guys. I love this game so much, and over the course of this playthrough, I have completely fallen in love with it all over again. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, don't forget to ring that bell, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, there is, as always, a tip link in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Dragon Age Origins. Take care everyone, have a good day.